what programs would you institute so that people in your district have economic opportunities? Mr. Benton.
One, the economic opportunities, when we talk about that, we talk about employment. And that's just the same thing all along. It's always been jobs, jobs, jobs. And what has happened during this economic downturn? Quite honestly, there have been manufacturers willing to expand in this area. The problem has been lately is credit. When the banks loosen up and they start letting the money flow, the people in this area, they're ready to move. They've been ready to move on real estate, manufacturing expansion, etc. The other industry in this area that is about to really blossom is the marine industries. It has already blossomed, but it's ready to go to a much higher level because of the work of some of the other people like Wayne Huizenga and Viking Industries. They're trying to attract mega yachts that are owned by people worldwide and bring the servicing into the area. There was a plan in Riviera Beach for this to take over City Marina. It wasn't a good deal for the people. But it would have been a good deal for employment. So I went ahead and pushed against that merely because it would have cost the poor people in the neighborhood to go ahead and subsidize the rich people. Now they're moving forward, going a little bit further to the north to go ahead and do the same thing. And I will support dredging the intercoastal waterway so that the yachts can access that yard, and then we can bring the servicing into this community and the many jobs that will provide there. And that's just one of them. So, thank you.
I think as Charles has pointed out, there are a lot of opportunities coming to our area, District 88, from the port and the possible expansion of trade agreements with due to the expansion of the Panama Canal, etc. I believe there's an important element here, and that has to be balancing the needs and the history of the community, the cultural and historic preservation. I think is very important to what makes the District 88 special unto itself. And those elements, I think, should not be sacrificed so that boat owners can have one more place to hang their yacht. I think when I go to Riviera Beach and I go to the water, the restaurants there, and I see who's frequenting the restaurants, I see that, I don't really see many people who look like me or who look like residents of the community. But no offense to anybody, but by the same token, when you look at Spanish Courts, a beautiful development that used to be alive and doing well and has a wonderful heritage, should be a wonderful heritage. It's an historic designated site that is endangered. I say to myself that there's a lack of balance. So I'd like to see the balance restored between the needs of the community, the heritage, as well as economic development opportunities. Thank you.
I would like a little bit of rebuttal on that. When I moved to Florida, I was living in a motel court immediately adjacent to Spanish Courts. They have taken that area and they have spent millions of dollars rehabilitating very small little one-bedroom units. The units in Spanish Courts were rental units for tourists. And they tried to make this a big, like, green market or, a niche market for shops. The City of Riviera Beach Redevelopment Board spent a tremendous amount of money on this, and it just really didn't pan out the way that it was expected. Matter of fact, that whole area right now is slated through Riviera Beach and the port to go ahead and become a parking garage for the cruise ship industry at the port. This is in the planning stages right now, so it's a question of whether the port will actually come up with the cruise ships or whether the city will have that parking garage put down.
Well, that is not a done deal, and I oppose that initiative. I understand the CRA in Riviera Beach took up that issue, and many residents who talked to me about it feel that, no, it's not necessarily a done deal. The many millions, Charles, that you say that the CRA and others spent on it, it's just not evident. If you go there today with me, that is not evident at all. But right next door, it is clearly evident that money is being spent on infrastructure to support the yachting industry. Nothing wrong with that, but they've got their piece. In the community, we need to preserve ours. Thank you.